as our MCs tonight. It's always hard up here because I can't see out there. I can't see anyone, and it's something to get. I'm used to coming into the classrooms where I can look at them eye to eye and talk to the students about, give them those speeches about don't give into the temptations of AI, Chat GPT. It's not for you. Just say no. Plagiarism. Just say no. Don't go there. Anyways, tonight we have a different occasion, and I'm glad to be here. So good evening, parents, family members, staff members, honorable guests, and of course our grads. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you tonight. I do have to start by telling you that I came across an interesting sight on my way here tonight. I saw a gentleman standing on one leg at an instant teller, a bank machine, just outside the theater, and he was standing there on one leg. And I went over to him, I asked him, I said, "What are you doing?" He told me, he said, "I'm just checking my balance." Sorry, I couldn't resist the opportunity. To just share one more dad joke, and I usually say bad dad joke, but this is also my proof that I didn't use AI to write this speech, as I don't think AI can duplicate that poor humor that my dad jokes provide. So as we gather here on what is the final day of 12 years of grade school, we must look back on the interesting journey that it took to get you here. It started 12 years ago, and some of you, I don't think, ever imagined that you would get to the end of high school and have to leave. For others, you couldn't wait to write that final exam and already have your flights booked to your next stop on life's adventure. But whatever your plan is, there are some important learnings to gather from the past 12 years. Not the learning that you get in math and English class, but the things you learned outside of the exams. Tonight I want to remind you about the one thing that will take you farther in life than those high marks, although those do help sometimes. Your attitude is something that you've been working on either consciously or unconsciously over the past several years. When you entered elementary school, you probably didn't have time to think about how you treated others. You just didn't know about greed, racism, prejudice. You just looked for a smile and someone who would share their toys or a snack with you, and they were an instant friend. Fast forward to grade 10 and you entered into a new school in unique conditions. Everybody was wearing this. Remember that? Yeah, the famous OSA masks. So the masks, it was challenging to see if other people were smiling, frowning, laughing, or smirking. I think maybe that's where some of my dad jokes started to go bad. I couldn't tell how badly the students were groaning or making painful expressions when I shared one of my best dad jokes, like the one, do you know why ants never get sick? Because they have little antibodies. Okay, now I can see the painful expressions. It's good. Anyway, getting back to the year of the masks. You came into grade 10 with social distancing and those wonderful 3 hours and 20-minute classes. Remember those? They were fun. Getting to know your new classmates was a bit more challenging. But luckily we saw the end of those mandated masks over the following 2 years, and we were able to see Rashid smile and understood why he is projected to be a prime minister someday. So when students are all wearing masks or wearing identical uniforms, there's still one big difference in each person. It's their attitude. Now, a few years ago, I came across a poem entitled Attitude by Charles Swindoll. I don't understand. I'll have to get Miss Lung to explain to me why it's a poem, because nothing rhymes, but I don't know. Here's how the poem goes. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude that we embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are all in charge of our attitudes. Now that's a meaningful poem with great advice. You are in charge of your attitude. And the OSA graduating class of 2023 demonstrates the importance of attitude almost every day. They are a positive group who demonstrate respect for each other, for their friends, their family, and their school. They make me proud, and my hope is that they'll continue to demonstrate the importance of a positive attitude, not only through post-secondary, but through life. I wish you well as you set out on the next stage of your educational journey. I have enjoyed getting to know you. You have made a positive impact on me. You have made me confident that you will represent Old Scona well in your future endeavors and continue to show the poise and confidence as future leaders in this city, country, and around the world. May you go forward and lead the change in your own life and the lives of others. May you start by always focusing on the one thing that you can control, your attitude. And in all that you do, please remember the school motto as it applies to your life. You can say it with me if you remember. Ever to excel. Thank you.